What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. Just wanted to make a little update video. Just finished level 22 of Mandarin Blueprint. It's going really well. Like, I'm really kind of just coming into my own, and I'm not trying to ensure anything. I make sure I do my reviews. I try to do, as many characters a day as I can. Some days that's 0, and it's perfectly fine, but I maintain my reviews. I do my reviews through Skritter because I like that you have ones that train you. Like, you have basically like 4 or 5 different cards for each thing, because you have a card that will ask you what the opinion is, and then you'll have a card that will ask you what the definition is, and then you'll have a card that asks you what the tone is. You'll have to draw, so it'll show you the character, and you'll have to draw the tone, whichever way the tone would be. And then it has one where you physically have to draw out the card. And of course, with Mandarin Blueprint, part of what you learn how to do is to physically write out the cards. And I know there's a lot of arguments up and down as to whether or not you need to spend time on that, but this writing, this stuff has really, I've just pages and pages. This stuff has really helped me learn Chinese. Being able to picture something, like being able to picture these symbols as I'm trying to say something, has helped tremendously. And I know that, like, when you say that, people are like, oh, but that takes too long and yada yada yada. But I mean, you're talking literally fractions of milliseconds that it's happening in your brain. But being able to recognize that is really cool. So, just speaking from a standpoint of Mandarin Blueprint, I want to give you some of the stuff that it's kind of taught so far, or basically where I'm at in terms of words, characters, and things like that. I do know more words and stuff than what this has showed, because I've read some Chinese and just learned other words other places. But through level 22, like, if you were to just do Mandarin Blueprint, you would have 421 words. And honestly, I mean, there's a lot of really useful stuff through here, and it gets into the mechanics. There's some weird stuff, but at the end of the day, like, some of the characters that you learn, it's not even that character is important in the grand scheme of you speaking Chinese. Like, how do I say this? Man, it's really hard to say. Scripting videos may not be a bad idea. Basically, like, you'll learn a character, but then you'll see usually within like 5 or 6 characters, you learn that character because it forms like a normal word kind of thing, right? Like, I learned the word swan, which 4th tone, which would be like to calculate, and that's not necessarily something that I would use a ton. However, when you put it with another word, which is it G-swan? I don't actually remember. I don't remember. But whenever you put another word, it means to plan. So that's kind of why you would learn something like that. So that's kind of the way that it's set up. That may be a little confusing, and hopefully, whatever. So you learn 421 words, and those words are comprised of 307 characters. So I've learned 307 characters. Again, I can read more than that, but as far as knowing how to write, I can write from memory. You would say something, I could write it. And so I think that is very useful. I think it's a really cool thing. 421 words, 307 characters. I can give you a little bit of a breakdown. It's 147 nouns, 107 verbs, 49 adjectives, 32 adverbs. It continues to break down here. 22 pronouns, 13 measure words, 12 numbers, which is actually really weird because you actually do know more numbers than this. I don't know how that's broken down, but 11 prepositions, 15 conjunctions, 6 particles, 2 moods, and I don't even know what some of those means. I don't know what the mood. I know what these are, but I don't understand what they're moods. But like what's ma and n, but I don't really know. But anyway, I know how to use them, go through, and that's where we're at right now. And it feels really good to just kind of get into this groove. Now, I'm not doing anything super crazy. I'm taking it because, I'm spending a lot of time developing this John from Appalachia thing that I'm doing, where I'm trying to showcase kind of the Appalachia area, not necessarily even just where I live, but Appalachia as a whole, and trying to, there's a lot of negativity around that, so I'm trying to spread a little bit of positivity about the area, and I think there's a lot of interest on it. But I do have time to study. The last, basically the last 5 days, I've spent between 45 minutes and an hour each day, and that'll be from writing a little bit to going over my flashcards, adding a couple of new characters and words into my, vocabulary. And then recently, in the last couple of days, I've been trying to read a little bit on Link, and I'm not reading like a whole lot of their stuff as much as like from where I've got to the point in Mandarin Blueprint where you're learning content via, they are making it based on the vocabulary that you're learning, and it's going there. When I watch videos on YouTube, especially if it's like videos of people speaking Chinese or something, I am noticing a lot more words that I can pick out. Of course, my vocabulary is substantially bigger than it was a year ago, even though I took 11 months off. But a lot of it's, you retain a lot of that information. So being able to hear that and being able to see kind of where you are feels good. The other thing I'm really noticing when I watch these videos, there's a lot of stuff from where I pay attention to a lot of Chinese stuff. I have a lot of people, whether it be, the Xiaoma videos, or there's a guy in China right now. He's from Africa and he's in China and he'll speak Chinese, and like those kind of like speaking Chinese in public videos. And I noticed that when the Chinese people speak, like I can really, obviously not on everything, but like I'm really starting to be able to pick out tones. Which is really cool, because that was always one of my biggest concerns, was like, well, how are you going to know if it's like ma, 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 or ma? Like, how are you going to know? And obviously it wouldn't, I didn't probably say them great, but it wouldn't even be as clear as what I'm doing, but I can hear that in that. And so that's a very, very motivating thing, as well. So, I said that I wish I didn't take almost a year off, but at the same time, I'm really happy of kind of coming back, seeing where I was and making progress again. And especially with a program like Mandarin Blueprint, where everything sticks in your head so well, I don't feel that I have to start over, because I can look at these characters and I know what they are. Like characters that I learned how to write a year ago that I've not even looked at, outside of now that I've done some flashcards, but Mei, Xing, like it's just seeing some of the stuff, Wang, Ke, like just reading some of the stuff, Zi, just reading through, man, just seeing some of the stuff, it's just really refreshing, and just know that, if you stick to it and the way that you're doing that, and I honestly like looking at some of these characters, right? And I don't even know the story that I came up with. Like if I look back at like some of my first pages, right? Like going all the way over here. Yidian. I have no clue what the character Dian, this is probably not going to look good on paper, but Dian, I have no clue what the story is that I came up for that. I don't know. I just know that that's Dian. And I know that it's used in time. It's used to mean point. It's used to mean several different things. I know that it has several different meanings. But I have no clue. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why that exists. And that's a really cool thing for me. So, but anyway, just wanted to give an update. Characters are going. I'm anxious to hit more and more characters to see how my learning improves. And yeah, I think that's good. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next update.